Yo, this is Jay from Straight Smoke Gaming, and in today's video we're bringing you another Thursday night sim. In this sim, we got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Miami Dolphins. Let's go ahead and jump right into the picks. Starting off with my pick, I'm going with the Dolphins. Ovi's going with the Dolphins, and so is Orb. Our records will be displayed next to it, along with Madden's record at the bottom. We do this every week for Thursday, and we keep track of the record to see how accurate we were, and then at the end of the video we'll tell you who Madden picks along with some stats. So let's go ahead and get right into the stats here to start the video. The way we figure out the stats is we find the averages of like what the players averaged in each game. Starting off with Joe Burrow, through the 7-game sim that we do, he averaged 314 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. It's pretty good stat line. Obviously, we'd like to see the pick be 0 picks because no one wants to throw interceptions. But starting with on to Tua now, we got 313 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So that stat line's pretty much identical. 1 less yard, but a whole nother touchdown with a pick. So really good stat line there because now it's a 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio compared to Burrow's 2-to-1. Now we're going to go over the running backs, and starting with Joe Mixon, he averaged 77 yards in the game, 7-game sim with 1 touchdown. And for the Dolphins, he went ahead and used Raheem Mostert just because that's who Madden picked for them to use. And he carried the ball more than Chase Edmonds in the sims. So in the 7-game sim, he averaged 44 yards and 0 touchdowns. So as you can see, there's a big drop-off in the run game between the two and teams. So that's something to monitor throughout the game because Madden thinks there will be a drop-off. Now let's go over the receiving-wise. The way we do this is we write down the top 3 receivers, whether that's yards, touchdowns, whatever makes them one of the better receivers for that sim. We write down their name for the 7 games. Whichever name comes up the most, that's considered a big game. So the way we do it is, for example, Hayden Hurst, for the tight end for the Bengals, he had 5 of 7 big games. His name was written down 5 of the 7 times. The next guy we're going to focus on is Jamar Chase, having 3 of 7 big games. That's not really that good, but it was the 3rd highest on his team. Then we also got T. Higgins with 7 of 7 big games. So Madden's saying to watch for T. Higgins. He was a factor in every single game in the sim. Let's go on to Miami's now. Miami, Tyreek Hill, 7 of 7 big games. Also saying to watch for him. He was really good in the sim. Jalen Waddle, 5 of 7 big games. And Mike Gesicki with also 5 of 7 big games. So they were pretty much relevant in most of the sims. So essentially just watch for all 3 of those guys because those 5 of 7, 7 of 7, those are all good stats to have in the sim. Now, before we get into the stats, let's go ahead and go over other information that you might find interesting. In the sim, Miami's defense was able to lock up Jamar Chase, especially because in one of the games he had 0 catches. So that's something to monitor because Madden sees that Miami is going to lock up Jamar Chase. For the Dolphins, again, there was no running back committee. Chase Edmonds was rarely used in the run game. A little bit in the passing game, but was rarely used in the sim. Another thing now for Cincinnati, Cincinnati's run game was good, whether they were running with their quarterback or whether they were using their other running back, Samaje Perine. So Madden's saying they're going to have a good run game, so go ahead and watch for that. Another thing for Miami is Miami used a lot of different people in the passing game, whether it was running backs, wide receivers, or tight ends. So Miami, according to Madden, is going to spread the ball around. Now we're going to go into the total stats for the game. Madden predicts that Cincinnati is going to win this game, winning 4 of the 7-game sim with an average score of Cincinnati 30, Dolphins 29. So Madden's predicting this is going to be a close game. In the sim, they won 1 game over the halfway mark, so they barely won the sim. And point-wise, they were 1 point. Judging by the points, they're saying it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm not really sure if that's going to happen because, the Dolphins do have a good defense. But that's all we got in this video. If you enjoyed, please remember to like and sub for more Madden, GTA, and Red Dead content. Remember to come back for the GTA Weekly Update tomorrow, guys. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.